Peace. Yo, God got at me. He wanted me to elaborate on that justice degree, on the 10th lesson in the 1 to 36. It says, because he taught him how to eat the wrong foods. Basically, that's in reference to the devil, you know what I'm saying? And referring to, eating the wrong foods. The way I see that is, first of all, that's the justice degree. That's the 10th lesson. J in the alphabet, the 10th letter in the alphabet is J, or justice. So that's why I said it's the justice degree. Justice deals with the science of rewards and penalties. So, first of all, dealing with the wrong foods, the nature of the wrong foods determines whether or not you're going to be rewarded or penalized based upon what you put in your body and what you put in your mind. You know what I'm saying? So, foods, or what you consider being digestible, that's not only a physical thing, but it's also a mental thing, and it's also an emotional thing. You know what I'm saying? You could get yourself caught up in a situation that emotionally is very hard to digest, especially when you're dealing with relationships. You know what I'm saying? So, on a surface level, in the most rudimentary way, the wrong foods is basically like, putting the wrong physical foods in your body. You know what I'm saying? Knowing not how to deal with optimum health, eating the wrong fucking foods. You know what I'm saying? But when you take it to another level, those particular foods, which actually provides fuel or energy for the physical body, you see foods in regards to, mental nutrients. What you putting in your mind, you know what I'm saying? Is you sitting at home watching fucking Saw 1 through 4, day in and day out, and you ain't really watching no shit about, and you ain't watching no information about Animal Planet or something, or you not doing different things like that, is that all you putting in your mind, it's questionable, and I'm not saying that, you're supposed to be on some religious shit like, I'm not going to watch Saw 4 or 5 or whatever. I mean, because it gives you some valuable insight into the thinking of the people that you be rubbing shoulders with every damn day at the justice, But it's like, aside from the mental foods, you also have to be cognizant of the type of emotional foods, because those are very taxing. The emotional is like the link, or it's dealing with the science of the sympathetic nervous system that links the mind and the body. So it's very important to have the right emotional nutrients in your life as well. You know what I'm saying? If you being amongst people and shit like that, and you always just feel like your energy being drained and shit like that when you're around them, or somebody's always creating emotional debt with you, especially in relationships and shit like that, you have to pay attention to that, because that is like almost like that's almost like caffeine and shit, you know what I'm saying? Stripping the physical body, you know what I'm saying, of all the nutrients so that your body can function a proper way. You have like emotional caffeine, you know what I mean? Motherfuckers that just drain you and shit, So, when it says because he taught him how to eat the wrong foods, devil just means adversary, you know what I mean? By definition. So anything that goes against you being able to properly function and have optimum health mentally, emotionally, and physically is devil. You know what I'm saying? And at the same time, you have to take into consideration that what was considered the wrong mental food today may not be considered the wrong mental food tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? There are certain type of foods that are relative to the environment that you're dealing with, as well as the season that you're going in. You know what I mean? If you look at foods like certain type of nuts and things like that, I know the Nation of Islam teaches that, you're not supposed to eat nuts, because it's like, your physical body having, eating, digesting glass and shit like that. You know what I mean? It's also like, certain foods are like nuts. They're high in concentrated energy, you know what I'm saying? And, those are type of things that you should eat going into the colder months, especially if you live in a colder climate, you know what I'm saying? because it's more reserves of energy, you know what I'm saying? It's more concentrated energy. But now when you get into more of the summer months and stuff like that, the type of foods that are good to eat are more like high in water. You know what I'm saying? Because it's hotter outside. You know what I mean? You need to be hydrated properly. You know what I'm saying? So you're not don't become dehydrated. Now it's the same thing when you're dealing with mental foods. You know, me personally, you know, the type of heavier sciences and studies that I get into, like, you know, physics or different things like that, you know, I get into that more in the colder months. You know what I'm saying? When you have some of the warmer weather, I get into more of the transitory or more of the lighter, you know, more fluid type of sciences. You know, that's just me personally. You know what I mean? And it's like emotionally, it's the exact same way. You know what I mean? I get into, you know, things that are more stabilized in the winter, mostly, you know, and you know, I may deal with more different layers of currents when the weather's a lot warmer and shit, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, it's important to recognize that, you know, there are certain things that may be considered devil or adversarial to your growth and development based upon different seasons, different locations, different times and stuff like that. But at the same time, you know, you have those degrees of relativity. You also have degrees of absoluteness. You know what I'm saying? There's certain things you shouldn't be putting in your physical body, you know, anytime. You know what I'm saying? There's certain things that you shouldn't be sitting there watching and putting in your mind and shit like that anytime. There's certain type of emotional investments that you shouldn't be making anytime. And that's for you to determine. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, that degree adheres to the law of justice. Justice is rewards or penalties. So you will be able to determine what your investment is based upon if you penalized by the shit or you're rewarded from it. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, that's for you to determine. You know what I'm saying? That justice is knowledge cipher, so you have to do the knowledge of your own cipher. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I just wanted to add on about that and just give you my C on, you know, why they teach us how to eat the wrong foods and, you know, things like that, you know. But in all of that, you know, make sure that you weigh and measure, you know, because balance or justice deals with scales. Make sure you take it into consideration for yourself what is emotionally best suited for you, what is mentally best suited for you, and what is physically best suited for you, because it's going to manifest justice. You know what I'm saying? You're either going to be rewarded or penalized by what you put in your mind, your body, and what you're dealing with emotionally. So, peace.